There we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and sorry for the if you guys have been spammed with notifications about the stream starting. Had some technical issues because today is going to be it's going to be a technical challenge. I hope it's going to work, but we'll have to wait and see. And if everything turns out not to work as intended, we'll just have to figure something out along the way. I'm getting all the ships scanned right now. Let's just move closer to this thing. Okay, so today's stream is going to be something a little different. It's going to be very low key. Just wanted to do something simple, not too much over the top. Because today I want to do something I've been wanting to do for a long time actually. But today we are going to do a behind the scenes kind of tour, where I'm going to show you the process that I go through when I make videos, just to try and give you guys some insights into what actually happens when, well, before a video gets launched and gets put up publicly so you guys can see it. So first thing I want to do was just to give you guys a very quick tour of the setup that I'm running here. So let me get this. I have this old webcam, as you can see here, and we're going to use that as a spare camera when it's needed. So we switch over to that. There we go. So I go back a little bit here. This is the setup. I'm gonna have my joystick. I have some lightings over here. Microphone is here on an arm in front. Of course, I have the game. Over here, you can see I keep the chat, I keep the streaming, and I keep some information about the stream so I can see what's going on. More lighting. And then, of course, we have me with the green screen behind me. So that's pretty much the setup. So let's get back to a proper screen. There we go. Okay. So today we're gonna go through some of the process that I go through. And some time ago I decided to start a new series where I'm planning to go through all the engineers one at a time and give people some tips and some tricks and basically just some how-to videos regarding unlocking that specific engineer and leveling them up. I've already done Farseer. Good evening, Henrik, and good evening to everybody else. So let's actually just get let me see if I can get that screen and that window, and then let's head to Inara. You can see the overview of the engineers here. You guys should be able to see it. I'll zoom in a bit once we get into, come on, there we go. Once we get into the site here and engineers, here we go. Okay, is this too small? I'll zoom in a bit. Okay, here we have, here we have all the engineers, and I've already done Farseer. Started with her, probably one of the easiest to unlock. So the next logical step would be to go to Yuri Ishmak. That's the guy that I want to unlock today, because then we're gonna go and do this whole branch, because he then unlocks Curtin Briss, which is kind of useless, but anyway, and also the Sarge, which does cannon upgrades. So so this is the guy we're going to unlock today. And the first step that we have to go through is we have to go into my server, which I'll try to put up here so you can see it. It's just a folder, but it's running on a separate machine, so I keep that as a storage server. And we have to start a project folder, so we have somewhere to store this. So we're gonna go into videos, we're gonna go into lead, and then somewhere down here I think I have a folder for unlocking engineers, and I've already created the folder for Yuri here that we're going to use. And we have this file. Can I zoom in so you guys can see it? Because it's probably going to be very small for you guys. Okay, icons are just getting bigger. It's not going to give you any larger text. So you'll have to live with the text size. DK, we're going to come to the recording software and all that stuff in a little bit. But first, so we're going to go through all the softwares and all the things that I use. But we're gonna come to that. So as you can see here, I'm just gonna close that thing there actually. I have this file called, I have totally not made all the notes already because, well, I already have made the notes for this specific video. But I still want to go through the process. But the problem is that whole research process beforehand can take everywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. And these engineering videos will often be a little longer in terms of research. So I'm not going to go through the whole research process. I'm just going to show you some of the things that I do. So let's just make one here and let's call this notes. And let's open up our notepad. Here we go. So now we have a notepad and we have somewhere we can put some notes. So we're going to make a video about unlocking an engineer. And there is going to be, every engineer, there are 3 steps you need to go through. That is, of course, the discovery of the engineer. There's the invite. And there's the unlock. There we go. TV Hansen. Prickly is here. Hello, Prickly. Okay, so those are the 3 phases. So let's go into Ismark here and see what the different objects we have to do. So we learn about him, how to discover it. We got get him from Farseer. Great. So let's put into our note here, we're going to see discovery, Farseer. And here's something, because in last video when I did the Farseer video, I didn't actually include how to level her up. So I'm going to include this time. So we will also have to go and open another tab, open up Farseer. And so when leveling her up, I think one of the easiest to level up would most likely, and we need something that goes at least to level 3, which leaves us without thrusters, frameshift drive, sensors, and detailed surface scanners. I would probably go with increased range frameshift drive because it's very useful to get, and when you're unlocking Farseer, it's probably something you would want to do anyway. So we're just going to write down the different materials that you're going to need, because we're probably going to need that list at some point. So to unlock, to level up Farseer, we're going to need 3 of these, because we have to do 3 engineering upgrades per level. And then we're going to need 3 more of these, and we're going to need some chemical processes. And again, I'm not going to go through this in too much detail. We're going to need 3 of those, 4 of these, and we need to keep going. And then last one, we just need 1 of these. So 1 more chemical processor, and so like that. Put that there. Phosphorus, we need 1 of those. And the strange wake solution, we also need 1 of those. And we need 6 of these, I think. So there we go. Yeah, exactly. And then the next thing, now that we have these, everything, I will then go and say, okay, so where can I get these? Maybe put that in a note here next to it, so I know if, I mean, I'm going to keep this as my like talking notes when I go through and actually record the video in a bit. So this would be Dab soap or Hop soap slash tanker. You get for the tanker. This is actually where we are right now in the game. No, sorry, no, not this one. This is not from where you get that. Sorry, processors you get there. This one you get from scanning wakes, scanning high wakes, and same thing with that one. Also scanning at this one you get from planets. Okay, so that's enough about Farseer. So let's say invite. Let's go and have a look again, see what you get. So invite, that would be 50 combat bonds. We need to have, oh, that's not right. Where's the notepad? There it is. Nope. There it is. So invite would be, is the stream still good? A lot of different stuff is going on here. Okay, are we back? Let me just adjust the camera a bit. You can see it's a bit off. Can you guys confirm I'm getting green lights from everywhere again? It's back. Okay, so this was one of the things that I was fearing would happen but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Welcome back. Thank you very much. Okay, so I was talking about doing all this research, and here we have to get either 100,000 credits or 1 million credits. There we go. And this is also a combat bond. So we're going to do two things at the same time here, which is good. But anyway, all this stuff I would go through, I would write everything down. And again, I'm not going to go over this whole process because it can take a long time to do. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run over the finished notes. This is just like the TV kitchen or whatever you call it. I've cheated and I've actually prepared this beforehand. So, okay. So as you can see here, I've already written down a lot of notes about where you can get it and what you need to level up. And down here, I made a note about which recordings we need to do and where we need to do them. The order is not important as long as we just remember to get all the recordings we need from the specific place. And I'm just gonna have a quick look at my performance here. See, this is gonna be a problem. Because with the game and streaming running, we're running at 80% CPU load. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Okay. I hope the computer can handle it. Let's see what happens. I'm probably gonna max out the CPU. And if the recording is not gonna be good, I'll have to wait and see what I do. Okay, anyway. So here we have all the notes. And the thing that I still need right now is when we have to do the recording of leveling up. We're going to do a recording. Let's go over here. So when I add Yuri, I need to take a screenshot of his face. So I have something for a thumbnail. I need to have some pretty pictures when flying around the base I can use doing the intro. Yeah, the processor should. Problem is, people say that the i7 6700K should be okay, and it's overclocked to 4.5. So it is overclocked. That's just that's the name of it. Here you can see the clock frequency. It is definitely overclocked by 25%. But in a bit, we have to also begin recording the game while streaming and encoding that at the same time. It's going to put some additional load on the CPU, and I'm not sure how well it's going to come out. If we do that, we will have to wait and see what happens. Otherwise, we'll just have to simulate it, and I'll have to do the actual recordings later on. Okay, but here we have all. I have written down all the materials I'm going to need for leveling up Yuri, and I've chosen to go with a sturdy mount on a torpedo launcher because you can fit a torpedo launcher to pretty much any ship in the game. Well, you can fit a torpedo launcher to any ship in the game. And you only need either shield emitters or high density components, both of which you can get from either Dav's Hope or from the tanker, which is why I'm here. And the rest of it is all stuff you can get from surface prospecting, like nickel, tungsten, molybdenum, and zinc. All that stuff you can get from surface prospecting. And I put a small dash here to the stuff that I don't have yet. So we're gonna go and we're gonna collect that before we actually begin the recording. So I've already got ahead and I've searched it up here on EDDB, found a planet, and that one seems to be decent in terms of percentages. It's not that far away. So let's go to that system and go to planet B1. I think that's a good choice for a place to start. So this is all the prep work that just goes into getting ready to even begin recording. It's not just sitting down in front of a camera and then just click record and then begin. I need to make sure I know. Oh, let's close the cargo hatch. Make sure I know exactly what I need to record and where I need to record it, and if I need special materials for something, I need to go and gather those as well. Of course, some videos are faster and easier to record than others, and these engineering videos are probably some of the more workload intensive videos to do, which is why I think it's good for live stream, because if I really rush it, I can probably put out a video in 2-3 hours. So that's why I'm maybe gonna go and skip some of the steps, and I've already done a lot of the stuff beforehand, so we can try and compact it all into a live stream. And we'll have to I'm planning to use approximately, I don't know how long, the stream's been up for what, 80 minutes. We're probably going to use half an hour running around getting materials and doing some, see how it works when recording, if everything just crashes or I lose the frame rate too much. We will have to wait and see what happens. Okay. Hello, Mr. Blob from the Discord group. Okay, we're going to B1, if I recall correctly. Let me get my Elite back here because it's slightly less CPU intensive. There we go. What was I looking for? I was looking for the planet. Yeah, B1. So it's that one. Hope it's not too far away. And while we are approaching the planet, if you like these kind of, like, it's a bit different, like behind the scenes. Wow, okay, that was far away. Okay, so while we are flying 100,000 light seconds, give the stream a like, and if you're new to the channel and you're just passing by, consider subscribing and come by Discord, because as always I'll be hanging out over there after the stream, so you have a chance to come over and say hi if you want to. But for now, we're just gonna head out to this planet. And then while we do it, will probably be a good point right now, actually, good chance to go and talk about some of the software that I use. And how to set that up, because this is going to take some time. So let's get that main screen back. There we go. Okay. So first thing I want to talk about is the face cam. And we click over to the handheld camera. There we go. So the camera that I use for recording is a DSLR, is an EOS 550D. It's a fairly old camera and was one I had lying around when I started YouTubing. So I just decided to set that up as a webcam. As you can see it there. Okay. View outside, please. Outside of what? Okay, but let's talk about the webcam, because I use a tool, as you can see it here. It's called Sparkle Cam, and basically what it does, it allows you to take the window. Ah, okay. Hold on, bunny cam. There's not a lot to see outside. If that's the window. Not a lot to see out there, to be honest. Anyway, let's go back to the webcam. Where is it? There. Nope, that's not it. Did I close it? There we go. Okay. So, wow. Hello. Okay, so this is the tool, the program that I use for, and it basically just allows me to take a DSLR camera, plug it into the computer, and it's going to make it mimic a webcam. So it allows me to plug it directly into the streaming software. I can do recordings from in here. But the most important thing that I can do is I already, at this level, I add the backdrop, as you can see here. Sneaky, we already done a tour of the workspace. But we can do something again in a little bit. But the first thing I do is we turn this off. This is, of course, this is the raw footage that the camera is getting, and we have to apply the green screen. And that would often mean we're gonna pick a color, and let's just fuck up some of these settings here, so it's all messed up and not looking very good. So first thing I would do is I would look at the black and white clipping, which is this grayed out background. I'm going to just slide that until that's pretty much gone, which already make it looks pretty good. There could be some clipping from the white clipping as well. If I can get that, you can see it up here. Slide that until it's gone. Of course, you just pick the background up here that's going to do as well. Then we can use some of these tolerances. You can see here if I mess this up, okay, get the slider. I get a lot of green noise on the camera. So we're just going to slide that just enough so that disappears. And the right tolerance, I often, if you notice, it may be hard to see here, but right now there's a lot of green. Can I zoom in? Oh yeah, I can. You can see here there's a lot of green around my head right now. But if I increase the right tolerance here, you can see that slowly begins to fade out until the point where it's pretty much gone. I mean, there's still a lot of noise when you zoom in. That's okay, it won't show too much when you do the final recording. Then transparency, that's pretty much just enough that we reduce as much of the noise. There's still a lot of noise down here, probably because we didn't pick a too optimal color. See, now most of the noise is actually gone. There's still a little bit down here. It looks like some of the white clipping that's still there. No, hold on, is that black? That's the black clipping. Oops, hold on. Let's get that. Or is it actually showing the... Okay, it was just showing the edge of the green screen. Okay. There's still some noise, and I would probably try and see if I could adjust it so that this is not so noisy as it is right now. Could probably do some with a little bit of color shift here. Try and reduce that noise just a little bit. Okay, but for now it's okay. I would probably fiddle around with this a little bit more than I have right now. See, when I turn my head, okay, it's okay here. I think I'll just leave it here. And that's pretty much setting up a green screen, and I can then do a recording whenever I need to. So that's the tool that I use for that. And we're actually approaching the planet now. Okay, let's minimize that. Then we'll very quickly go over audio software. Here we go. Audacity. I guess most of you, if you've done any kind of audio recording, you would know of Audacity. It's a very simple program. You click record and it begins a recording. And then once you're done, you can do a lot of stuff like trying to normalize it, reduce some peaks, and do some noise reduction, and just make it sound a lot nicer. But we'll get into that later on. Then for when I'm streaming, I'm using, here we go, OBS Studios, which is the one that's running here, which is the one that's currently encoding the stream. But for normal recording, I just use OBS Classic, and there's no real reason why I use one over the other. I just got tired of switching the settings around all the time. So I decided to have two versions of OBS, the Classic for recording and the Studio for streaming. And this is where it's going to get interesting, because I want to know what happens to my CPU load when I begin a recording of Elite using this while streaming. So let's go ahead and let's see what happens. So here we go, start a recording. And instantly 100% CPU. How are we doing for frame rates? Stream is not dropping frames. Still running at 60 FPS. This one is doing well, still encoding at 60. We are pretty much maxing out the CPU, but it looks like it's going to be doable. We are going to put even more stress on it when we start the recording of the webcam and the audio as well. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes when we actually begin the recordings. hope it's gonna work. Otherwise, I'll just get as many of the recordings now, and then we'll do the rest of them later on. Probably after the stream, I'll finish the recordings. And we'll just take another video that I already done and then redo the editing so you guys can see how that works. Okay, we are now pretty close. So that's pretty much all the software that I use. Apart from, of course, editing software and making thumbnails, but we'll get to that at the end of the stream when we're about ready to upload something. We're probably not going to upload something because, well, I don't want to render a video while live streaming. That's probably not going to end well, because I know the rendering software will max out my CPU on its own, so I have no idea what will happen if I begin to render something while streaming. Hey Ollie, loop of shame in 15 seconds, just about right, yeah? That should, oh, there we go. I think I actually managed to. Here we go, Henrik, here we go. Here's your loop of shame. Whee! You can't have that Henrik is disappointed if I don't do the loop of shame. Joey asked, what are we actually doing in Elite? Well, right now we're heading out to gather some materials that we need for a video we're going to record in a bit. This is a behind the scenes kind of video where I'm going to show you what I do when I do videos. Just because it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and because there's often a lot of people who ask, like, what softwares do they use? How do I do that? How do I do this? And I figured this was a good opportunity to show it. Okay. We're at the planet. Let's see if we can find a nice spot to put this thing. Ooh, this is a small one. We probably want to stay at the day side, to be honest. Okay, not a lot of craters, but let's just put it down anywhere. There we go. Watch the gravity. Gravity is nice and low. That's good. No immediate chance of crashing. I could have gone into the canyon over there, but bottom of the canyons tend to be very very rough. So that's why I'm gonna try and stay above the canyons. Oh, there's something over there. Do you see that? Put that back there. Is it just some rock formations? Oh, I forget that this thing cannot boost. It might just be the shadow from some rock formations. Just fly a little closer. And let's have a look before we put this down. And let's just put up the notes here so we can remember ourselves what we actually need. We need nickel. We need 9 units of nickel. Of which we have 5 already. Just gonna write that down. There. Then we need 6 units of tungsten. Of which we have none. And we have 1. There, we need 6. And then zinc, finally. No zinc. Okay, there we go. Just write that down. Okay, it looks like it was just some shadows from the rock formation. So let's put this thing down. Scan detected. It's a vulture. No, we are not hunting Thargoids. We're doing... we're recording a video about engineers today. But right now we are still in the preparation phase. We're still... There was a landing spot. Come on, there we go. Still in the preparation phase with getting all the... What? There we go. Getting all the materials that we need. Okay, let's see if we can find the materials we need. Is there anything around here? Yeah, there's something in this direction. Luckily, we don't need that much in terms of materials, so it shouldn't take too long to gather. And the gravity on the planet is a little on the low side, which means it's hard to get some good traction, but we'll have to make do with what we got. I don't think it's an outcrop. It looks too small to be an outcrop. It could be one of the bronze ones. I'm not sure. I'm not that good at reading the radar yet. There should be that one right there. Oh no, not that one. Okay. Oh, at least we have our nickel. Cargo hatch, there we go. Okay, so we can see there's a small one in this direction, so let's head to that. Since it has a chance to have more of the high-end materials that's going to be hard to find, which is the tungsten and the molybdenum thing. Oh. There we go. Hey, there you go. And zinc as well. Wow. That was a good rock. Was there two of these? Yes, there were two of these, and we need... That means, hold on, I need to keep my small note sheet updated here. We're done with the nickel. Now we're done with that one. And... that means we're gonna need... We'll pick that one up, and the zinc. And then I spotted another one over here. We just need one more tungsten and one more zinc, and then we're done. We got the zinc. Then there's something fairly close in this direction as well. Let's hit that. Richard says, he asked how long I've been playing Elite. I played Elite initially, and then I went back to... I think I started the game half a year-ish after the game was launched. So no, I was not an original backer. I was not familiar with the Elite series of games back then. So I started, I think, half a year after the game was launched. Then I played for half a year and took a break and then came back. And when I came back was when I decided to start YouTubing. Okay, so we have something just around the other side of this hill. That's one of the bronze ones. No tungsten. See what else we got. Ollie, we are collecting, we're doing a video to unlock one of the engineers, so we're just collecting the last materials we need to do some sample upgrades, just to record it in the video and to showcase how it's done. Hold on. Is that a rock or is that something else? That looks way big for a rock formation. Okay, hold on, let's take this. Boom, there we go. Come on, tungsten. Yes, there we go. There we go. Ha! Mid-air. Okay, let's just verify that we have what we need. So we need so start from the bottom here. Let's click into the game again. Zinc, we need 6 units. Yes. Tungsten, 6 units. Yes. Moly. Where is it? There we go. 6 units. And finally nickel, 9 units. We're good on the materials, but we need to go and have a look at this. This looks interesting. Come on. Drive assist was on. That's why. Oh, that's a big one. Is that... Why is it landed here? It's not a wreck. I guess someone else is prospecting for materials. No, no, no. I'm not in open. I'm in solo play. As you can see here. There's nothing around. I haven't seen this either. All his modules are perfectly fine. It's not like, no, blow it up. It's a dark white, blow it up. No, we're not gonna blow it up. And by the way, I don't have any weapons on my Anaconda anyway. I mean, I guess the NPCs are out here prospecting for materials as well. Jackson says you have SRV. Have you ever tried shooting down a ship with an SRV? Because I've tried it once with a vulture. No, not a vulture. Sorry, it was a viper. I was trying to shoot down in the SRV. That's impossible. Board his ship. Can't. Can we land on him? Hold on. No. Oh, yes. Ah. Now just hope he's not gonna take off. The floating SRV. Yeah. I know it's an NPC. I just never seen an NPC land on the surface like this. It just sit there for no apparent reason in the middle of nowhere. And he's definitely in there. Hello. Oh well. Let's try to recall the ship while we're on top of him. See what happens. Scratch his paint. Okay, we got all the materials we need. So now we are about ready to begin the first set of recordings. Okay. Maybe it's gonna take off when I get into the ship. Maybe it's, I don't know. Quinn asked what we're streaming. We are recording a video today, and right now we are still in the preparation phase. We just collected the last materials we need, and now we're heading out and getting ready to do the first set of recordings. So let's get back on board. Oh, hello. Lima, thanks a lot for subscribing. The video is going to be about unlocking Yuri Isma, one of the engineers, because I'm trying to go through all the engineers, and we're doing Yuri today. So, before we actually head out, let's figure out where we need to go first. So, I'm going to pull up the... There we go. I'm gonna pull up this again. So, here's the list of the recordings. Joey the Joey. Thanks a lot for subscribing. Okay, so we're going to need some recordings from Yuri's base. We're gonna need some flying around the base, torps not for sale. But we're actually gonna start at Farseer because I don't think I'm gonna need that approach to the base. We're gonna have to record when we do some engineering, and we have to talk about the combat bonds. So, oh, Viper, thanks a lot for subscribing. So let's start by going to Farseer, and let's get the first set of recording. So, oh, that's not it, right? Nope, wrong engineer. Farseer, show galaxy map. And it's only 2 jumps away. Perfect. Oh, Ollie. There's a lot of engineers. I think I'm actually not completely sure how many there are. I think around 30, if I'm not mistaken. 20? Could be right as well. Let's have a quick look. No, remember it from last time. We have to get some distance from the planet in here anyway, because we're heading in the wrong direction. Okay, let's see. Galaxy engineers, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, 20 engineers. Here we go. Oh, try and keep an eye on chat. More people talking about passenger missions. My current jump range is, as you can see it here, oops, without fuel it's 56.6, almost 0.7, but with my current amount of fuel, which is about half a tank, I have 55.88 light years. Why I don't boost in my Anaconda? Because it can't. The power distributor is too small to boost. South Sea is atmospherics. I have no idea what's. I mean, I know the route, but I don't know what the state of it is right now. If it's viable, I don't know if that thing got nerfed as well. But I guess that's something that we'll have to figure out over the next coming days. See what's what. But yeah, so about the Anaconda not being able to boost. This is, as you can see from the name, it's a bubble truck. It ferries me around the bubble. That's all it does. And I would rather have the extra jump range that you get from having a small power distributor than being able to boost. Silly's asked, thinking about buying this, should you get Elite Dangerous and Horizons? Yes, I would highly recommend you get Horizons as well. You can start by just buying the vanilla version, but you are missing out on a lot of content. Everything that has to do with planetary landing, you can't do without Horizons. And there's a lot of other content. That means all the stuff that's happening with the alien attacks right now. In order to participate in that, you have to go to a surface base to get the modules you need. So you're missing out on a lot if you don't have the Horizons update. But that being said, I know it's a big investment to buy both the main game and the DLC. So what I would probably recommend is that you buy the stock game, and if you still think it's fun after a week, then I would recommend buying Horizons as well. Hold on. Why is the chat not showing on stream? I just realized. that did not work either. Crap. Okay, let's just get down to the base and see if I can figure out what the hell is going on here. Okay, wait, let's focus on the game for now, and then let's figure that out in a little bit. And I'll try to see if I can fix the chat. Since when did that stop working? Oh well. Okay, so 10 million in Soccer CS run for that single jump. What jump? That's a single jump away, so that takes what, 15 minutes, 40. That's decent. Kick it, violence and technology seems to. Yeah. I just don't know why it's not picking up the chat. It's never been an issue before. That's really weird. Nope. Still not working. What the hell? Yeah, it's an OBS element that's not working. But why is a mystery to me. Okay, start by getting the ship on the landing pad, and then I'll see if I can figure out why this is not. Oh, this is. This is annoying. The kind of stuff you don't want to mess around with doing a stream. Fenrock will look at it as soon as I'm on the landing pad. I'll show you guys what I see exactly the same as on the stream. It's turned to a white box right now after I tried to change the link, which I probably shouldn't have done, to be honest. Come on, there we go. Okay, good. Let's get this thing over here. Let's get this made a little bit bigger. And then let's make sure you guys can actually see it like that. Okay, So here we have it. This is the chat. We go to properties. You can see that's the link that I'm using, and that's the link that I'm showing. If I take this link and I open this up in a browser, videos. Oh, videos unavailable. What? Wait, what? Hold on. What happens if I pop out the chat again? Hey, here we go. Now I got another link. That's interesting. So what happens if I take that link and try that instead? Here we have a chat. Okay. And then we can remove the is pop out. Broke it. No, it was broken. I broke it a little bit more. There we go. Look at that. I fixed it. But it's a little small and it looks weird. It's almost like the okay, this will have to do. I will have to play around with this later. Text is a little oh, it's a big window now. Text is a little small, I think, for what I would like it to be, but it will have to make do for now. Whee! There we go. Okay. So at least now we have a working chat. And okay, it's still weird, but okay. Where were we? We were about to try and see if we could. We're at Farseer, so we need to record us doing some engineering and showing the combat. Okay, so the recording we're doing now is the part where, yeah. Okay, so at the beginning of the video, just to walk you guys through my train of thought here, I'm going to talk about quick explanation of what Yuri Ismak is for. First, we're going to record the introduction, like before the intro, and then we're going to record an introduction where I talk about what type of upgrade is available, and then I'm going to talk about the stages we're going to go through, and then we're going to cut over to Farseer, talk about that video. Remember to add a card, and then we're going to do the engineering upgrades. And doing all this talking at the beginning, before we actually begin to go to the engineering upgrades, we're gonna have some other video running in the background, which is the flying around the base video we have to do at Yuri. We're just gonna do some nice shots of his engineering base, and we're gonna put that at the beginning of the video. So the video in that part is not that important, but we're gonna need to record video anyway, because we're gonna need it for the do engineering and show the combat bounce. Okay, so now we have to get everything set up for recording. So we got our tool for recording the webcam. We got Audacity open. Am I showing the right scene so you guys can see? Yes, you guys can see. We got Audacity open. Make that a little smaller. We don't need this big of a window. So that is ready to record as well. Like that and that. And we're also going to get OBS open, preview it, make sure that it looks nice as it does. Make sure we have sound on and we have the microphone muted, because... So here's the funny part. I'm going to record the video and the audio from the game with OBS. Well, this is way big. Hold on. Minimize this. Okay, so that's recording game sound and game video. Then I'm going to record my voice using OBS, and I'm going to record the webcam using SparkleCam, but SparkleCam is not going to have any audio source. This is going to be a muted video, and we will then have to align the webcam and the audio and the gameplay afterwards. And the way we do that, you've often seen in films, they will have these like things to use for clapping, and we can do the same thing here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is after I start the recording, I'll just do a clap. I'll then use the sound that being picked up by a microphone and align that with the clap that you can see on camera. And then to align the video, you can do something like down, 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 up, up. And then you can align the movement of the cursor with the sound. Yeah, exactly, the clapboard. But this will have to do as our clapboard. So, and then we can align the sound, and I'll show you guys in a bit. Background, okay, well, there's a lot of new people to join, so let's just go over I'm just going to very quick update on the background. The background is because this SparkleCam, basically I have a green screen behind me, so if I turn off the effect, this is what the camera is seeing. This is the raw input from the camera. And all I've done is I've added a green screen. We went through all these settings later and what they did. But basically apply that, and then I have the image in the background. It's just an image I have on my background. So let's see how much we can punish my computer if we do all of this while streaming. This is gonna be, well, it's gonna be interesting. Where did the lead go? There's the lead. There's that tool, that tool, that tool, that tool. Where did the chat go? There's the chat. Okay. And I'm probably some of the recordings I'll probably have to do a few times before I get them right. And I need to have God, I need more screen space. Oh my God. Okay. Let's try this, and we'll have to see how it goes. Down, down, up, up. We are continuing to unlock engineers, and today we're looking at Yuri Ismak. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. We're continuing to Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. We're continuing to unlock engineers, and last time we looked at Farseer, so we continue and we're looking at Yuri Ismak today. Now, in the last video, as someone pointed out in the comments, I didn't actually show how you would level up with, no, that's not, wait, let's redo that. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. We're continuing to unlock engineers, and this time we are unlocking Yuri Ismak. Yuri does, I need my cheat sheet, fuck. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. We're continuing to unlock engineers, and this time we are unlocking Yuri Ismak. Yuri does sensor upgrades, detailed surface scanners, and mine upgrades, all to grade 5. And he comes after Farseer, which we unlocked last time. Now, someone pointed out in the Farseer video that I actually didn't show how you could level up Farseer. So that's what we're going to start this video with. So we're going to head over to Farseer again, and we're going to do some frameshift drive upgrade. And the reason why I choose frameshift drives is because it's most likely that that's what you unlock her for. I mean, she does grade 5 frameshift drive, so it's likely that's why you want to unlock her. Damn it, I didn't think of that. Shit. Ha! Now we got the sound of someone subscribing. Anyway, thanks for subscribing. I will have to redo it again. Okay. I probably should have thought of that. Anyway, let's try that again. Can I mute this so it doesn't do it again? Hold on, let me see if I can mute this. Yes, OBS. Yes, we can mute it. Boom. Gone. Nice. Okay, it's muted. Let's try this again. For the 5th time. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. We're continuing to unlock engineers, and this time we're looking at Yuri Ismak. He does sensor upgrades, detailed surface scanners, and mine launches. And he's the engineer that comes after Farseer, which we unlocked last time. But as someone pointed out on the last video, I didn't actually show how you could level up Farseer. Now, if you haven't unlocked Farseer already, there's a link in the more info icon for that video. But we're gonna start this video with actually showing how you could level up Farseer, because when you need to actually learn about Ismak, because remember from last video, there's 3 stages you need to go through. You need to first learn about the engineer, you need to get an invite, and then you need to unlock them. And to learn about the engineer, you need to level Farseer up to grade 3. So you need to do at least one grade 3 upgrade before you get the knowledge of her. Farseer will then tell you of Ismak. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to Farseer's base, and assuming that you've already unlocked her, what we're gonna do is you're gonna go into the engineering shop and you're gonna do some upgrades. Now, when you're doing these upgrades, I would recommend that you go for the frameshift drive, mostly because that's probably what you want to do anyway. But also because the materials is fairly easy to get, and we can go over and look at what materials you actually need, because you probably want the increased range. So you'll need the atypical disruptive wake. You can get that from scanning high wakes. I have a video on that as well, so put that in the more info icon as well, so you can see that. So that's for the grade 1. If we go for grade 2, we can see we need more of these. So remember, you need 1 per upgrade. We need to do this 6 times now, so 6 of these. You need chemical processors, and chemical processors you can either pick up on Dav's Hope, which also is where you would get the chemical manipulators, which you will need for the grade 5 upgrade. And you can also get it from the tanker. Both videos will be shown in the more info icon. And finally, for grade 3, you will need phosphorus, which you can get from prospecting the surface of planets. And the strange wake solution, of course, is also from scanning high wakes, which is the same place as you get the atypical wake echoes. So once you've done that, you go in to a level 1 and you preview, you generate the outcome. And I, of course, already have this one upgraded, but you don't have to actually... Hold on, is this... Okay, I thought I had this one upgraded. I do. Okay. Anyway, you don't have to actually do the upgrades. You can just say try again. You don't have to actually apply them. And you can just click past these screens. And once you've done this 3 times, like so, you can just discard it and you can go back. And you should now have access to unlock the next level. You're going to keep doing that until we reach level 3. Once we reach level 3 and you do 1 level 3 upgrade, you will get an invite to Ismak. Okay, so let's see. Next step, once you now got the invite, so you got the knowledge of him. Now you know that he actually exists. So the next step would be that we go in here and we look at where is he? Yuri Ismak. Here he is. Now we learned about him. To gain access to him, we need to have at least 50 combat bounds, and these are the ones you get in conflict zones. And to do that, we can go in here. You can go to your statistics, and in here under combat, you can see combat bonds. I've collected 790 combat bonds in my time in Elite. You need to get that number up to 50, and we're gonna go and do some combat in a little bit so I can show you where you can get them and how you're gonna get them. Now the next step, we're gonna do 2 steps at the same time, because in order to unlock him, now that you've got the invite, once you've done that, then we need to unlock him, and then you need to collect, in this case, it's 100,000 credits worth of combat bonds. That depends on the stage. Sometimes it will be 1 million, so it's probably a good idea to collect 1 million worth of combat bonds when you're doing it anyway. So let's get to our combat ship, and let's get out and let's get some combat bonds. Boom. Stopped all recordings. So now everything should be recorded for that first part. But before, we haven't saved the audio just yet. And I want to do that now. But we need to do a lot of editing to this, because normally when I'm recording, I have my microphone set to a different setting that suppresses a lot more background noise, but it's also a lot quieter. But I can adjust that later. But for live streaming, I of course can't adjust the sound levels to the same degree. So it just feels better when live streaming using this setting. So we'll have to do a lot of editing to this. But the first thing I want to do is, you can see we're actually peaking in quite a few situations here. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add a compressor. What that does is it takes the high peaks and it presses them down. And you can see now we have all the high peaks is closer to the average level. So we removed some of the difference in amplitude in the different areas. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to normalize this. Normalize that to a maximum peak of -5 dB. What we can do is we have to go and have a look at the very first clap here. Okay, so that's the clap. It's not too loud. Okay, so that's okay. So we're gonna go and we're gonna normalize it to -5 dB. That ensures that all the recordings is gonna be at the same average amplitude level. So let's have a quick listen to some of this just to see how it sounds right now. Okay, very nice. That's good. Then we're gonna go all the way over here to the end, because I always let the recording run a little bit at the end. And then we're gonna go in here, we're gonna go noise reduction, and we're gonna collect a noise profile, because this silent part we just used for creating a noise profile. Gonna select everything, noise profile again, and then we're gonna apply the noise profile to the whole setting. And look what happens here. We removed a lot of the noise, so now it should sound a lot less noisy. There we go. Okay, so that is done. I'm gonna export this to we have a recording folder where it just goes as default. We're gonna call this for FF voice, for Farseer voice. And we are just very quickly going to validate. There's the voice, and there are some recordings. There's the camera. That should be a test recording, I would guess. Let's see what that is. Yes, that was a test recording we did, you know, when we're just approaching the planet. We don't need that anymore. But this should then be the recording, yes, of the actual... Okay, so that's the first step. Let's call this FF video. Let's call this for FF cam. So, that's the first one. We can now close this. Minimize that. Oh, crash report. Nice. Don't send that right now. So that was the first set of recordings. So now I guess we should go and talk to Yuri, get the recordings we need from him. So let's go ahead. Let's see where did Elite go? Come on. Oh, Elite did actually crash. It was just not, I thought it was an old crash report, but Elite did actually crash. Hold on, we'll have to reboot the game. Executable end task. Start this up again. Okay, so let's just give me a chance to actually read up on chat. Honor says, hi, thanks for Ria, you're welcome. Prickly says, Beagle is so long away, we're heading to Beagle Point. What is Beagle? Beagle is far. Yeah, that's an average. That's a good description. That Beagle Point is just far away. Beagle Point. Hold on, I'll show you. once we get in game. Beagle Point was before Horizons, before engineering, was the furthest away you could get from Sol and from the bubble. So it's basically a point at the other end of the galaxy. Okay, let's load in again and let's get that up so I can see what's going on stream health. Stream health looks good. There we go. What? No? Okay. Beagle Point. There you go. That's Beagle Point. As you can see, there are systems further away that you might be able to reach. At least with modern day engineered ships, you can reach these points as well. But back before engineering, this was the furthest you could get away from the bubble. Anyway, not heading there now. We were heading to Isma, Yuri Ismak, there we go. Okay, I don't think we're going to be able to make all the recordings during the live stream today, so I'm just going to head there and we're going to do all the pretty shots of us flying over the base, all the things we need at the beginning. How many jumps is this? Is 4 jumps? Okay. Because there's some nice tips and tricks to what you can do if you want to do recordings like that. There's nothing special about Beagle Point. It's far away. And it's kind of like it's one of those, at least back before Horizon, this was like the place that you had to go if you were out exploring. You had to go to Beagle Point, because then you've done it all, you've been to Beagle Point. You couldn't get further away than Beagle Point. Exactly, it's bragging rights. Oh, I forgot to, oh my god, I forgot to refuel. But fear not. With the new galaxy map, we can see we can actually refuel here. So that's good. Still mass locked. G-Daddy GD asked, how do I get the image behind my webcam? She's gonna very quickly while we jump anyway. Oh, align with target. Hold on. There we go. I just, okay, it's easier to tell. I use a green screen. So it's basically just, go that. Piece of software where this is the raw footage the camera gets, and I apply a green screen and then have an image that I put in the background. But we're just yeah, we're gonna get blah blah. We're gonna get those pretty shots, and then we're gonna do the first part of the editing process, so you guys can see how that is done. I'm pretty sure I'm not in a real spaceship. I could just have built a room like that, but no. I think the image is part of the some of the original concept art for the Anaconda. Two more jumps. Do we have any bunnies? No, no bunnies right now. Yeah, if it changed background every time I change ship, that would be great. But you would be surprised how difficult it is to find a decent looking background of a spaceship that's not looking out the cockpit. So it actually looks like I'm facing the right way. That was surprisingly difficult to find. Oh, we're gonna overheat. No, we're not. It's gonna be okay. Can someone with VR get the shots for you? I'm gonna show you in a bit what we can do. You can do a lot if you there's a very simple trick to recording nice sweeping shots in okay, we are here and we are gonna find the base, which is there. Thank you. I'm very pleased with the green screen as well. I think it works quite well. Oh, see if we can try to avoid the loop of shame this time. Oh, that would be nice. That would be very nice, Ollie. Being able to choose which star you warp bid at. Yeah, that's right. Note the 75% button thingy works. Oh, wow. We're way slow right now. Here we go. Here's the loop of shame for you. Just take a quick detour around the planet. Oh, angle is actually not too bad. We're a little steep, but that's okay. Lima O'Connell says hello, hello and welcome. No cue music, no music right now. Okay, here we are, stop the ship. Now the trick when recording stuff like this is, first of all, stop your ship so it's not moving. Go. And then you need to have a fighter with you, because... No? Too close to the ground, I guess. We're inside the no fire zone. Okay. We got too close. We're gonna move out then. Still inside the no fire zone. Come on. No fire zone left. Can we deploy now? Yes, we can. There we go. Okay. So once again, we're gonna get the fighter out. Like that. Pointed at the horizon. Like that. Camera out. And then we're gonna position the camera right here at the front of the ship, like so. Then we're going to turn it around. Actually, we're going to turn it around the other way around so we can have a better way of knowing when we're facing the right direction. We're going to do like this. And now we're upside down, just flip that around. And then we're going to lock this to the ship. Like that. That means that right now I have control of the ship. And I can then fly around and then do my recordings like this. And I can of course angle the camera downwards or upwards or to the side if you want to go like a shot like that. And you have a lot more control over how the camera moves, and you don't get that blurring effect if you lose line of sight to your ship, because of course your ship is now your fighter. And of course we get all these like particles coming at us right now. We're gonna get rid of those. So the first thing I want to do is probably like do a sweep up this this huge tower here, which is really the prominent feature. Oops. There we go. Okay. So let's just start the recording, and basically just taking the recording tool as before and clicking start. And it's not picking up Elite for some reason. Okay. That's weird. There we go. Now I got it. So a nice, smooth movement up the radio tower. And as we get up, we angle it down. So we get that view of the whole tower. Okay. then we could do one like this, for instance. Move down the tower. I'm just doing all this in the same recording. We're gonna edit this at the end. Oh, there we go. Okay, we lost a little bit of connection there, but that's okay. Let's do one of these telescopes here as well. They look nice. Let's do one where we come up the mountain here, and then up, see the telescope, and then move away. Ah, that was too fast. Let's do that again. There we go. So what else is nice? We have all these mining things here. Let's do something with those as well. That got a little it was not as smooth as I wanted to. Oh wow, it's hurting my frame rate doing this. Didn't like that. Okay, so recording those while streaming was not a good idea. Because as soon as I got those in frame, my frame rate in the recording dropped. You can probably see the stream frame rate dropped as well. Okay, we'll have to review that afterwards, see how bad that was. Okay, I'll probably redo some of these recordings, but for now, let's go ahead and let's get back into the fighter. Let's get back to the ship. And then let's go and do some editing. That's not where I bought here, request docking. There we go. Okay, let's just keep the ship here, that's okay. And leave the desktop. Go and gonna get the main screen up so you guys can see. So here we are. Let's imagine that we're done with all the recordings. Of course we're not, but we have enough that we can begin to do some editing just so you guys can see that part of the process as well. So I'm just gonna get my joysticks out of the way here. Joystick, there's only one. Okay. This is all the recordings we've done. We have that, and what is this? This was the black screen where it didn't work. So let's delete that. And let's call this flyby. Okay. And this is the video that the stream is currently recorded to. So we're gonna take all these, we're gonna move these, and we're gonna move them over to the server. Gonna go into the right folder here. Unlocking engineers. There we go. There. Put it there. So now we're copying files over to the server. And this is where they're gonna go into to long-time storage when we're done. But we can actually work with them off the server. The bandwidth is definitely good enough. What's up? Oh, stream went down. I hope. Tell me if the stream is back. It should be back now. Of course. Ha! Fuck me. The moment I started copying the files, I of course maxed out my my bandwidth on my local connection, which, yeah, okay. See, this is why this was going to be a difficult challenge. Because of all the technical stuff. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Copying to my NAS killed my bandwidth. Okay, we're gonna open up Movie Studio 14 Platinum. It's a Sony product. And here we have the last project I have opened. Some of you may recognize this from a few days ago. Stream is back. Nice. Okay, so I don't know how much you saw, but anyway, all we've done was we recorded the files and that killed the stream. And now now I opened up Sony Vegas Movie Studio 14, and this is the Platinum version because I like that. It has a lot of neat features. And this is the largest project I have opened, which was the video from a couple of days ago. You probably recognize it if you saw that video. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make ourselves a brand new project here. Gonna delete some of these. Okay, so first we are going to gotta take all these videos and we're gonna drag them in here. Like so. Okay. So we have a video here. Let's call this one for cam. Let's call this one for, actually we're gonna have several, so this is gonna be the FF cam video track. This is gonna be the FF voice track. And we're gonna need a new video and audio track as well. Oh shit, I forgot. Damn it. Hold on. I muted the stream when I did recording, so I have to unmute it. That's why I don't hear if people are donating or subscribing anymore. Hold on. Jack, I'm just gonna... Okay, easy. Ah! If there's a donation, I'll damn well play it on stream. Hold on. Just logging into the alert box thingy magic. And oh, how do I replay them? Boom. I used to be able to replay them, but no, yeah, I got the, yeah, and I want to replay it. Come on. Okay, if I cannot make it replay it, I'll just read it out loud. Anyway, he says, hi, I like your videos. Can you add me as a friend in League? I knew I'd get your commander. Yes, I'll add you in the. I'll add you after the stream has ended. It'll add you in the game. Obviously, the game is ended now. No, okay. I used to be able to replay it, but they changed some things. But anyway, let's get back to editing. We have the camera, we have the voice, and we're gonna have the FF video, and that video also has a soundtrack, so that's gonna be the FF sound. Okay, 4 tracks. Let's populate this. No, oh, before we do anything, I have to go and ensure that our properties are set up correctly, that we have 1080p, we have no interpolation, and the resolution rendering quality set to best. All that is good. So put that in there, put the voice in there, and put the video down here. Okay. And right now it's then building these wave functions, which we're going to use in a little bit. So here we have the voice, and as you can see here, we have the clap, the sound of the clap, which obviously doesn't match. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the cursor right there at the clap, and then we're going to select that one, and we're going to drag it until I see the, come on, clap, and the clap happens that frame. So now I'm gonna play this. Down, down, up, up. We have aligned. Hooray! We have now aligned the voice recording and the camera. Next up is we're going to remove that. Is we have to align the video, and this is where we say, this is the one we say the first up. So just as before, take this and drag this to, until it moves. There. No. There it moves. So let's see how that fits. Down, down, up, up. Looked like it was a little late. Let's try again. Down, down, up, up. So there you go. So now everything should be aligned. So that's a good point. A good time to save the project. I'll go on over my streaming schedule in a bit. Unlocking engineers there, and let's call this one just for beauty. Save. So how often I stream once a week, and it over the next month or two maybe it's gonna be every Tuesday, because I normally stream in the weekends. I used to stream the weekends, but my weekends the next month, probably the rest of the year to be honest, is pretty booked. So I decided to move my stream to Tuesdays because it fitted well within my schedule, and then I didn't have to always cancel the stream, because that would really be a shame. So, okay, we now have everything aligned, and we can now begin to cut this into pieces. So we're gonna have the first introduction here. We are continuing to unlock engineers. Perfect. This is about where we want to cut it. So we're going to select all the tracks, and we're going to click S, which is going to split it. And then we can take all these, delete them, and we can take all of this, zoom out, and whoops. Whoa, hello. FF, what the hell happened? Undo that. There we go. And drag it all the way to the beginning. There we go. I'm still getting... What's the stream health for you guys? Is it looking okay? Is it stuttering? Because I'm getting red lights from YouTube right now saying my stream health is low. Oh, there we go. It just went to green. Never mind. Okay, so now that we got that, we're just going to zoom in here, and we're going to find a point where... Oh, well, we need to do something else, because obviously I have no face cam in this right now, and if we turn this on, it will take up the whole screen. So what we do is we go to cropping, which might sound counterintuitive that we're going to crop it, but cropping is also doing it the other way. As you can see here, if I actually make this a little smaller. So you can see here, I can increase the frame, and then it moves with the frame, and I can then move this around as I see fit. But I already have one that's just called cam here, that is preset to where I want this to be. Sarge K, thanks a lot for subscribing. Okay, so that is just selecting it from here, but we could move this around, and I've set it to just move in one direction right now. We could set it to be able to move in both directions, like something like that would probably be good. That puts the camera up there, and we can of course put it wherever we want. We could mirror it if we want to, but that's not what we're going to do right now. We are just going to see, looking at Yuri Ismak. Okay, so we're going to go, and we're going to go about, we know that we did this a lot, redid this a lot, so we can just go and cut it so we have a lot of empty space here to work with. So let's split it there. Let's take this and let's move that out of the way. Because the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to go back into our server here. And in here I store my intro. And while we're at it, we're going to grab the outro as well and put that into the project here. So next up, we're going to make a new voice, sound and video. And let's call this intro. Same thing here, intro. And dragging the intro down like that. And I'm putting this so that it looks, we can see when I stop talking, and that's about it there. Now, if you're having your volume up out loud, because this is loud, you can see the waveform here, and you can see the waveform here. This is very loud. This was rendered loudly. So I'm going to, before, move the volume slider down. There you go, like that. So we try to reduce the volume before we blow everybody's eardrums out. So let's see how that looks. Ismak. So you saw that jump cut? Ismak. I don't like that. So you can drag the corner here, and we can drag it in about a second, which is there. And that should give us a nice fade. Ismak. See? A lot more pleasant to look at rather than a sharp jump cut. I'm really not a fan of jump cut unless it's something that you use specifically because you want a jump cut. Ismak. I could, Fenrock asked if I could make a template project that pulls in those two files and set them up. I could. That would maybe save me a little bit of time. Okay, but for now we're just gonna have to do it manually. Let's see, I think this must be it. Just from looking at the waveform, I can probably guess where I started the right one. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. We're continuing to unlock engineers. No, hold on, there's one here as well. Yes, OBS, yes, we can mute it. Boom. Alright, this is where we're talking about the muting, so this is maybe it. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite. I think this is it. So let's zoom in. Let's give this about a second and a half. Like there, and then select it and cut it and get rid of all this stuff that we don't need. Boom, boom, boom. Oops. There we go. I should probably just put the cursor there so I can zoom in right. And select this, and then make this overlap like that. That's a lot of overlapping though. But okay, let's see. I begin to talk here, so I probably want this like that. Let's see how that looks. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Day. Okay, so we still have... This is way too long, and we have a lot of jump cuts here. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, we want this introduction to end just before I begin talking. So something like that. We can actually see the logo here. It comes in, and it is there for just a second or so, and that's where we want it to end. So we're gonna do all that, just select that, and we're gonna split it, and we're gonna get rid of the end, and we're gonna drag the corner back, while we also have the sound selected. Drag the corner back for about a second, like so, and let's see how that looks. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to... Beautiful. Let's save that. Okay, so now all of this is pretty much done, right? Almost. Manipulators, which you will need for the grade 5 upgrade, and you can also get it from the tanker. Both videos will be shown. So all that is oh yeah, yeah, that's what's happening. We're recording a video live streaming while actually making videos. Okay, so as I talked about earlier, what I wanted to do is at the beginning here, at this hole, you can see here, all of this, I'm just talking. Zoom out actually. Talking, but nothing is happening on the screen. All of this time here. How much is this? This is a minute. For about a minute, I'm just sitting here talking, and there's nothing happening on screen. I mean, that's okay if you just want to put out a video very quickly, you can do that. You can just leave it here. And we want to try and make these videos a little bit more polished. So, we're going to add yet another voice and video track. And we're going to put this just above there, actually. Below the webcam, but above the other one. And we're going to call this... Gonna call this flyby. Used to it, that's true. So we're gonna take the flyby video and put that, actually to start with, you know what, we're just gonna put it way out here. And then we're just gonna begin, we're gonna zoom in a bit. We're going to mute the track completely, because we actually don't want the sound. We could maybe, could we just keep the sound level. Okay. So let's begin to see when do we begin to move here, because we don't want that. So if I make the cut here, look at what would happen. You see there's this, it's standing still at the beginning and then it begins to move. You want, when you cut in, you want it to be that you're already like jumping into something that's already happening. You don't want to jump in and then something begins to happen. So I'm going to move the slider until I begin to get some good motion here. You see there's a bit of I was adjusting the camera there. So that's where I'm done adjusting the camera. So let's remove that there. And then we're going to see when are we done with this. We're going to fly up. Like, see there I'm stopping. I think there would be a good place to cut this. Just cut it there. And scroll forward until we find the next one, which was actually us flying down. Just wait, the camera's in position, and there it begins to move down. Just make a cut there. And we're gonna record all of this. This we're gonna use, this we're gonna use, this we're gonna use. And I didn't really like that ending. Oh, maybe it was okay actually. So there. Let's keep it for now. Then we did. Let's move over here. We did one flyby. Didn't like that. We did another flyby, which turned out a lot better. Like so. And then I think we tried to do... And again, I might redo some of these because the frame rate of these are not going to be great. So just for the purpose of this video, we just, for the live stream here, we're just going to take this clip here until there. And I think there was one last one over here, where I began flying around the transport ship like so. Okay, and now we're just gonna get rid of all the video that we do not need. And that leaves us with some video clips here. So let's move these in here to the beginning. And for now, we're just going to stack them after each other, just to get an idea of how much material we have to work with. Because I know, let's put that there, that I needed about a minute and until a minute and 15, right? Mute this. When do I begin to actually... So this is when I open the engineering base, right? That means I do not have a lot of extra room to work with. I would really ideally need some more material than what I have here. But again, if we look at this now, it already looks a lot better. Hello, ladies and... If I haven't muted that. Unmuted, there we go. Try again. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. We're continuing to unlock engineers, and this time we're looking at Yuri Ismak. He does sensor upgrades, detailed surface scanners, and mine launches. And he's the engineer that comes after fire. Okay, so already you can see there was a bit of stuttering in the video. Maybe if we watch the original here, when we got up there to the top, you can see we're losing some we're losing the frame rates up here. It's beginning to stutter, and this is done. This is because we're doing this while live streaming. So I will most likely redo all these clips, but again, for this video, we're just gonna keep them. So next thing is when you saw this cut here, this was not very pleasant. And here's the engineer that comes after Farshir, which you see that jump cut again. And here's the engineer that comes after Farshir, which we unlocked. So we can actually drag these into each other. I'm going to drag them for a second. Oh, there we go. So now, and here's the engineer that comes after Farshir, which we unlocked. See, a lot more pleasant to look at. And here's the engineer that comes after Farshir, which we unlocked. I probably wouldn't put these two after each other because the scene that we end with here is so similar to the scene that you begin with here. You would ideally want something else in between. So let's go ahead and let's take, what do we have over here? We have the sweep of the telescope. Oh, let's use that instead. There. And then this one can go like way back there. Boom, like that. Okay. I guess you get the point. What else do we have here? We have the miners. They would probably be good to put in next. So, oops, put that there. Drag it in for 1 second. Then maybe put the next tower run here. Oops. There. And then ending it off with a nice overview of the base. Like that. And finally, fade this out so we get... What we're going to do is you're going to go into the engineering shop. And of course we need to cut this off at the end. There's a lot of tweaking now where I need to see, okay, so when are we actually, here is actually where we open up the engineering shop, right? So like there. So we'll probably take this one here and then cut that off at the end. And then have, get away. Actually, let's zoom in a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Take this. Whoops. And overlap this by 1 second. There we go. Faster space. And and unmute this. Faster space. And assuming that you've already unlocked her. Okay. So that's pretty much it. When it comes to recording. Of course, I still need to do some recording for the last parts of the video, and I need to redo these shots and all that. But what we're going to do next is create, so I would finish the whole editing, and once I'm done and I'm happy with it, I will then go up and click make movie. Here we go, and I have already preset, if we're going to advanced, I have a YouTube 1080p at 60 frames per second, and I will click render. Not going to render anything right now because, well, live streaming. So for now we're just going to assume that we are done with this, and this is now rendering. It's now standing in the background and it's doing its thing. Yeah. And probably if we started rendering, we would lose the connection all the time, because it would completely overwhelm my computer. But what we're going to do next, now we forgot to take a screenshot from the base. So we're just going to steal the screenshot I took of Farseer, right? And use that. So this is Farseer, but just imagine that this is actually this is Yuri instead, that we took the screenshot when we went there. Go back to logos and sounds, and here I have a template for my thumbnail. And you can see here I'm using GIMP for this. GIMP is basically a free version of Photoshop. It's not as rich when it comes to tools, but for thumbnailing, it's very good. So pull this in here. Unfortunately, this image is rather small, but we would probably just start by increasing this in size so that it would actually completely fill the whole screen here. Scale that. Move it down below the banner and then move that like so-ish. And from here, it's just put on whatever text. I'm just gonna put some placeholder text here, like that. Unlocking engineers. What I do with my thumbnails is I always go with white text, and then I go bold, and then you have this spacing or keying, which is the distance between the different letters. So if we increase this in size a bit, see, if I reduce this, the letters move closer together, which I like. I like to have them closer together. So let's just increase this in size to something like, did I even spell this right? Yeah, it looks okay. Okay. And I would put in all the text. I can show you a bit more advanced stuff in a bit. I have an idea for something that I want to do. Now, this can be a little hard to read because her forehead is fairly light. The background here is fairly light. So when if this gets shrinks down to a smaller size, it can be difficult to read. So what you can do to enhance that is you're just going to make a new layer, and let's call that for shadow. So you can pretty much already guess what it is. We're going to select the text layer, and there's a tool for selecting everything by a specific color. There's a shortcut for it, but it's up here, select, and select by color, Shift O. So now I've selected everything that's white, which would be all the letters. I can grow. And I grow it by 5 pixels, so my selection expanded. As you can see, it's like got bigger. And then we take the simple bucket tool, make sure that's black, and then we select the shadow layer. We fill that in. And now, when we deselect that, we get this nice black frame around all the letters. And that means even when you downscale it, it still looks okay. And even though this is white text on a light background, it's still easy to read. It's easy to distinguish because we have that black rim around it. But okay, this is very, very simple stuff. Just image, text, background, done. And then we'll just be like save, export, boom, boom, export, done. But this is of course not going to be the finished thumbnail, because first it's the wrong engineer and the text is not very descriptive. So what I want to do instead is, I don't know how many of you in chat have ever seen Hello Dave. Hello Dave is I have a weekly like kind of vlog series where I talk about both what's going on in Elite and what's going on with the channel, and just, it's basically just a place where I can just sit and ramble on about whatever I want to do. And sometimes I end up going out on a tangent of something. Now, I'm just going to show you the thumbnail for Hello Dave. This would be the typical thumbnail. And what we're going to do now is we're going to try to recreate this background here, the hell logo. We can try to rebuild that, just to show what you can do in a program like GIMP, and that should show you can actually do a bit more advanced stuff if you want to. Okay, someone's having fun. Okay, so let's make a new one. Let's just make this like 1,000 times 1,000, something like that. Okay. So here's our canvas. Let's make that a bit bigger. Okay, and we're gonna take that, make a new layer. Actually, we're gonna take the background, we're gonna delete everything. Can we do that? Can we go like select all, delete? No. Can we just delete that layer? Yes, we can. Okay. So the first thing I want to do I want to make a background again. But this background, I'm going to select this tool, which is selecting anything in a circle. This is extremely difficult to see, even when it's not on a stream. But basically, it makes a selection that's in the shape of a circle. So when I take the bucket tool and fill that in, we get a nice round circle. I actually made that a little bit too big, so I'm going to make it a little smaller. And we're going to do that by selecting the whole frame, so we make sure it's completely round. It's not like that. Go to select and go to shrink. And we're going to shrink this by, let's say, 25 pixels. And we're going to take the bucket tool there, and we're going to fill that in. So now we just have a black circle. That's the beginning of what we're doing. Then the next thing I want to do is we're going to make a new layer here again. I'm going to call that border. And then we're going to go to select, and we're going to click border. And we're going to make a border that's 50 pixels-ish, because I shrank this by 25, so... Okay, so that's way too big. Because this is the size of the border we want to do. This is way too big. Oh, I'm going to select border. What if we just select 25? It's still a little bit too much, I think. Ian Brock, thanks a lot for subscribing. Okay, let's try to make this... Oh, come on. 25 was too much. How about 16? Okay, 16 is a little bit too late. Okay, let's just go 20 and then be done with it. Okay, and we're just gonna pick any color of gray. It really doesn't matter. I'm probably gonna pick a dark gray like that. Yeah. And we're just gonna go and fill that in. So now we have a border. And we're gonna do a lot more to this later on. So new layer, and just call this red. And we're gonna place that below the border but above the background. And then we're gonna go to the paintbrush and we're gonna make sure we have this spray can kind of tool. Gonna increase this in size. This is gonna be like, I don't know. Oh, that was a lot. 700, 800. Oh, nope. We're of course gonna have to select the red color, otherwise this is not going to work. Okay, so that looks okay. It's a little bit too small. We're gonna increase this in size even further. Actually, just try to make this 1,000. So now it's very big. But that's okay. We're just gonna eyeball this. We can double tap to make that a little bit bigger, like that. I like that. New layer, yellow. Okay, I guess you kind of get the point from it. At this point, I'm gonna reduce this in size to, whoops, let's say half the size, 500 maybe. Change the color to some bright yellow. I'm gonna put that there in the middle. So that gives us that center. And now all we have to do is just finish up the border. Again, we're gonna use this. You're gonna select all the colors in the border, like so. Okay, so this is 20. No, hold on. We're actually gonna select that. So we know the border is 20 pixels wide, right? And we now want to select the inner part. So that we want to select the inner 10 pixels, right? That means if we shrink this by 5, or is it 20 on each side? I'm not sure. And then border this by 5. See, that was not too, wait, so that was too little. So we have to shrink it by 10 and then border this, not grow. Take the border around this for 10. There we go. Yeah, see that did it. Okay. So now we got the inner ring selected. Did the stream go down or is it still up? Let me see if this is still working. No, it is still working. Okay. Can someone in the chat confirm that we're still up? Because I'm having... okay. Yeah, okay. Good. Still up. Thank you. Okay. But at this point, it's just about selecting a slightly lighter gray. Like that. Oh. And then go to the border and fill that in there. That's actually too light. It needs to be just a tad lighter like that. So now we're getting somewhere, right? But it still doesn't look right. So we have to imagine that this border is like a triangular shape. And to make this look like we're going to simulate that we have some lights coming from above, right? So we're going to make this white. And we're going to go back to the pen tool. I'm gonna get, this is a little bit too big. Let's make this like 300. That's probably good. So when I can now, because I still have this area selected, the inner circle selected, we're only gonna color in that. We're just gonna, that's still yellow. That should be white. We can click and we can add in, that's actually a little bit, I actually want this bigger. So we can add in some lights by just clicking, then it looks like that we have lights coming from above hitting the inner part of this. And we can then do the same thing by selecting the outer circle, going back to our pen tool, and then just putting in the same light, but now on the outer circle here at the top. And there you have it. That's pretty much it. I'm actually pleased with that. I like it. So that's some of the stuff you can do if you have the time, and you can of course do a lot of other stuff if you wish. But what time is it? Oh, it's getting late. Okay. I don't want to save this, just discard that. Okay, so the last thing I want to show, and I need to be really careful what I do now, because we're gonna go to my creator studio in YouTube. There we go. Okay. So here, hold on, just very quickly make sure that I'm not showing any sensitive information now. Okay. So this is the creator studio in YouTube, and I have a video uploaded, pre-uploaded. This is one of the lone echo videos that I already recorded and uploaded. And if you were, so once this is uploaded, once we've done the thumbnail, we've uploaded, we added the thumbnail as well. You remember I mentioned the cards? I could go in here. There we go. And we could add a card, say I want to add a card at this point in the video. Then I could add a card to one of my other videos if I wanted to here. But most importantly is the end scenes, because, oh my god, I have this end scene running after the video, as you can see here. But there's no overlaying videos, no links for Patreon or anything. So we're just gonna import it, and we can, luckily we can just import it from another video. And then it will set up everything as it is. So now it would put in channel icon here, link for Patreon, and it will then automatically go in and take my most recent uploaded and put it down here. And it would take the one that YouTube think, the one of my videos that YouTube think that people are most likely to want to watch next, and it will put that up here. So let's see what YouTube suggests I should watch. I should definitely watch a lot of videos about rear right now. That's what YouTube is telling me. So that's obviously what YouTube think I should watch. And there's links for Patreon. There are links for subscribing, and of course Patreon's also shown here at the beginning, but that's part of the video. And once that is done, no, I should stay. Let's just save it. We can use this. Saving, all save cards. Didn't add any cards, right? Good. So, last thing you would do is I would go down here, I would make the video private, and once it's private, I can then schedule it. I can't do it when it's unlisted, but I can then schedule it for release, and then it would automatically release at some time, so I don't have to be online myself to actually release the video. And I just have to check one more thing that I really want to show you guys, but I want to be sure that, like that, okay, because I don't want to show anything that I'm not supposed to. Oh, hold on. Wait a second, I just need to test something. Yeah, see, this would be bad. Mitriu Matsiti. Oh, thanks a lot for subscribing. Oh, hold on. You know what? I'm just going to drag the window out so I know what's actually going to show here. There we go. So this is the setup of the main part of the studio. And then I have a box here for videos that are ready for public. And these are videos that are scheduled. I have no videos scheduled right now. I have to finish on a video about engineers for tomorrow. That's going to go live, which is the one we just worked on. So that thing is probably going to go live tomorrow. But from there, as soon as it's scheduled, that's pretty much it. Then, of course, also adding tags to the video. I didn't show you that, but you also have to do that. But that's pretty much it. In terms of the whole process of making videos. Now, we've been at this for how long? About 2.5 hours. I've been streaming now, and we got half a video recorded. We didn't render anything. And we didn't upload anything either. But I hope you still got a good overview of what it actually is. I mean, all the stuff that people see, even a video, most of these videos that I upload is, even though they're fairly short, it takes a lot of time to do. And I hope that that this showed the tools that I use and the process I go through when I record videos. So I'm gonna call it here because my throat is getting sore, and yeah, what a long ride it's been, exactly. But I'm gonna head over to Discord in a little bit, and I really hope you guys would come over and say hi after the stream. And if you like the stream, give it a like down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. That would make my day. So thanks a lot from this time, and until next time, I'll see you guys in space.